They didn't.
Here we go, rolling out. Pass a bunch of people right now.
Go for it. How about it?
Or 13 miles in, rather. Finished our first single track section. And there's a few people behind me, but not many. Sims Mountain Rail Trail. So we're gonna take this rail trail up to the Pinhoti Trail. So we should be off-road for quite some time now, I think. 49 miles in. First good climb. And it is hotter than the devil's taint out here. Whew. That was pretty tough. Shadows are getting long. Chasing my shadow. We'll hopefully get to Mulberry Gap tonight, also known as the Mulberry Trap. Because people get there and they decide it's too comfortable and they don't want to leave. Had a flat tire, set me back about an hour. Had a hard time getting the other one off. Had to put like some duct tape on the inside just to hold the inner tube that I put in there. Another mile or two and then I'll have a 25-mile road ride. We made it. And some comedian had to come out here. Well, that was a tough day. Good sleep last night. Had 3 other people in the camp with me, George and a couple other guys I don't know. Beautiful little stream here. So yesterday my challenge was a flat tire. This morning my challenge is a broken derailleur hanger. Look at that. Derailleur is not hanging. Fortunately, I do have a spare, so. Oh, that was only about a 20-minute repair, so that was pretty good. I got a new shirt at the Mulberry Trap Gap. But I was just riding along and look at this tree. Oh my God. Woodpeckers have been all over it. And then the jerks have been all over it with their carving knives. A sentinel from the past. So, we've come 160 miles and now we're leaving the Pinhoti. Now that's a view there. Look at that. Just had a really tough climb, 5.5 miles. Then I got another little bit of climb and then we're gonna have like 28 miles of road riding. So far, a pretty long day. Pretty tired. But a little bit more up and then should be a long downhill. 7 miles, something like that. So all this work will just come to pass. Good morning. This is something you won't see very often. Full daylight, Scott's tent still set up. And it's raining, so that's nice. Really cooled me off. Trail's got about 1 inch of water in it. Not sure exactly where I am, but it sure is pretty up here. Well, that's what I call a fork in the road. Down here on the Cooper Creek. Getting ready to climb up the Wolfpan Gap. So, day 5. My campsite here. This is called Duncan Ridge Road. It was a pretty tough climb, but now that I'm up on top, it's not so bad. A well lubricated chain is the happy chain. Portray Mountain just before the thunderstorm. I'm hoping now I got around it. I don't know. So day 5, still going. I got about 50 miles in so far. Looking for at least 60, so 10 more. Got this Addis Gap, Haynes Hill climbing I'm doing. Look at all those beautiful yellow leaves. Well, guess what? It's all poison ivy. Yeah! Something cool happened last night. I got down to my campsite and realized I dropped my rain jacket somewhere along the way. And about 20 minutes later, here comes George. Sure enough, he picked it up, so I really appreciate that, George. Just had breakfast at Sanimals Around the Bend. Nice little hostel right there up by Dix Creek Gap, where the AT crosses. I think he said he's AT mile number 65. Pancakes and coffee, $5. Most of my video is downhill stuff, but if you do this event, there's a lot of this too. Pushing up hills, steeper than, almost too steep to push up. All rutted out, big loose gravel. It's just part of it. Jeeps really like coming out here to play. You'll see why in a little bit. It's tempting to really rip it through here like I usually would, but part of this is making sure your bike makes it to the end. So I don't want to risk having a catastrophe just to have a little bit more fun. There's plenty of enough fun as it is. That's another reason I like doing this. Here comes the big one. I've walked it and I've ridden it. You get your feet wet either way. So we're riding it. Whoa, that's deep. Whoa, that's deep. Yes. Wow. That's probably knee deep when you walk through it. Whew. Now we're on the Tallulah River Road, which is just below Tate City. One of my favorite places to go riding. This road follows the river for miles with waterfalls and swimming holes, fishing spots, all up and down the river. On the weekends, this place is packed. Plus, it's fairly flat. It's gentle enough that most people can ride up it. And of course, coming back down, not a problem. And you don't necessarily have to ride the river like I did to enjoy it. It goes on out past where I came in. It's like halfway right there. If you take a left and go on out, it goes all the way to North Carolina state line, a little bit past. Dead ends at a trailhead for a hiking trail that goes up to the Appalachian Trail. a beautiful tree-lined dirt road, Forest Service road, well maintained. It's an awesome spot. Snack time. Pouring down rain and thunder all around. Yeah. That sound never gets old. And yet it is old. This feels like I just climbed up a ladder. Especially this last mile and a half was just straight up. Rocks, trees, mud. I can't believe they ride down this usually. There's no way in hell I'd ride down that with a loaded bike. I wouldn't even ride down it with a full-on downhill bike. I'm too wimpy. I like myself to be out of the hospital. I'm talking to the manager. I'll file a complaint. See what I gotta deal with? There's a freaking wall right there. It is one of the prettiest places to come walk your bike around. There's other pretty places where you get to ride though. Sorry, my attitude will change here in a little bit. Just having a little downtime here close to the end. A little funk set in. I got one more hill, it's about half an hour. And then it's mostly downhill to the finish. I got about 10 miles to go. Yep.